Hi everyone. Today we are going to do interesting painting using, this is kind of just a piece of cardboard that I got off the back of a paper pad. And then I took some yarn and I wrapped it around and taped it on the back. And then I got some clothespins and a cotton ball. You just want to do that. Okay, and then I got my assortment of paints. That's my assortment of paints because I'm going to try to kind of do this painting again to show you guys how I did it. So let me get set up here. You're going to take your clothespin with your piece of cotton ball on it, and you're just going to take your paint, maybe I'll start with this one, and dip it into the paint like so. And then you're just gonna blot it onto your paper. This piece of cotton ball is not cooperating very well. Come on, Mr. Cotton Ball, work for me. My cotton balls are a little bit old. I don't use cotton balls very often. Do you? So it's kind of nice I can use them for an art project. Give them a purpose in life. And I'm just gonna I want to put more paint on than this cotton ball is letting me, but I'm not gonna get frustrated. I'm just gonna keep going, and I'm gonna cover up all the white here. Then I'm gonna get rid of that cotton ball. Bye bye, cotton ball. And see, then you have your paper clip again. Maybe I'll just make sure this one is here, and then I'm going to get the darker green, and I'm going to use the darker green on top just to give it some contrast. It gives a contrast of color because the forest isn't all one color, right? The grass isn't all one color, the tree leaves aren't all one color, so that's why I'm going to be in some contrast, and I'm really concentrating on top of those leaves. So there's the original. Now I'm going to take some green up into the trees. So this is the grass, and that's where the bushes are, and then this up here is where the trees are. And again, the trees, the leaves aren't all, I'm gonna have to get some more green. The trees aren't all, their leaves don't all hang the same, right? Their leaves aren't all in the same area. Some of them hang lower, some of them hang higher. So we're gonna just, and it's just really nice to get a lot of, oops, make sure your surface, oh, that's true. Make sure that your surface is covered with paper towel or you've got something down. I have splat mats that I use too. And let's see, so ingredients. Got the paint, the yarn, the piece of paper pad, and you know, it doesn't have to be completely filled in because again, just like the rainforest, I add a little bit more down here, the light peeks through the trees, right? So I'm gonna get rid of that green one, and you know, if you have to use that color again, you can always grab it again. And next I'm gonna go with the blue. I'm going to go for the blue, which is going to be the sky area in the middle. I'm going to start with this kind of sky blue. And if it mixes into the green a little bit, don't worry about it. Projects don't have to be perfect. Blue and green go together because blue is in the color green, right? Green and yellow make blue. So it's not going to make yuck. Like green and red, yuck. They don't really like each other. Green and blue, great. Red and blue, great. Green and blue, blech. And I am actually gonna put gently a little of the blue color up here to show that the light is shining through in these white spots. And again, if you get a little blue on the green, no problem. If you get a little green on the blue, just makes, that's what nature looks like. So this is your imagination. You don't have to do a trees. You could do a rainbow and see what happens when you bring up we're gonna take off the yarn. You're gonna, so you could do a rainbow and see what happens. This is experimenting. I'm gonna grab that dark green back again because I do want to cover up a little bit of the blue. I went a little too much with the blue in some spots, but see how that works? Just go back over it. Projects don't have to be perfect. Okay, now I am going to get, I'm actually going to get a little of this blue and just finish. Actually, I'm going to do this other blue. I have this other, a little brighter sky blue. And let's just dab a couple blue spots. Just, again, to give it a little contrast. Okay, now I am going to grab my flower colors. Now I am pretty lucky because I have this. I have a sponge, and you can buy these in craft stores. And I'm going to take my little sponge instead because I don't want the flowers to be huge. Of course, I'm going to have some orange flowers. And they're not really coming out like flowers, but is that okay? Yes, it's perfectly okay. Because you probably can tell that they're flowers because grass is usually not orange unless maybe it's dying. I'm going to put some right on top of because sometimes flowers are peeking in the background, right? And then the other thing you can use is if you have a sponge thing like this, you can use that to put the paint. Now see, this is popping up a little bit, but it will eventually relax and go back down. And then I'm going to squeeze out the paint of this brush, and I'm going to finish off with some yellow up in the top. Again, it can be any kind of a design you want. Doesn't have to be trees, doesn't have to be anything. It can just be a design. All right, so that's what it looks like. And once it's dry, I'm going to take off the yarn, and I'm going to show you what to do next. Okay, so my picture has dried. It's flat. So I'm just going to start taking the yarn off. And it'll stick because, you know, you painted it on there. Ah. I like the big reveal. I think this is kind of fun. And see how it's pulling off the paint, or the paint is protected. That's going to be where my trees are, peeking through the leaves, the sky. Oh, and I wanted to say something. I earlier said that you make green by mixing blue and green. Or I think I said green and yellow. Yes, green and yellow make blue. Absolutely not. And then I also said that red and blue together make yuck, or green and blue together make yuck. So blue and red together make yuck, and blue and yellow together make green. Ooh, well, okay. Now, the bottom part was where the orange was. I'm gonna move all these icky things away. They can just be thrown away. And then I like to make these birch trees. I don't know if you have any trees in your yard that are white. They are probably birch trees. And birch trees kind of have these little black specks on them. So you're just going to do that all the way up. And when you're done doing these little lines, and you don't have to do this. Again, this is my design, not yours. You do it the way your heart tells you. Every project is wonderful because you made it the way you wanted to. I'm just going to stop there. All right? So does it look like birch trees peeking through the forest with beautiful orange flowers on the bottom? I think so. And there's my other one that I did, the one I did before with all the ones complete. I don't know which one I like better. They're both beautiful and I'm proud of both of them. So I hope you'll enjoy doing some art. And again, make any design, but it's kind of fun to just use the yarn to kind of change up the design. You can do it back and forth, you can do it up and down, you can do it side to side. You could probably even, I don't know what else you could do. Use your imagination. All right, till tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll do Inukshuk's. Bye-bye.